Well, just when he thinks he's done, we're going to move on to superintendent's recommendations and reports. Mr. Smith?
Thank you, Mr. Burry. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Martin to cover the items listed under Personnel Professional.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mr. Birding and members of the board, I have several items for your consideration this evening under Personnel Professional. Item number 1, resignations, letter A. Item number 2, extracurricular resignations for the current school year, letters A through C. Item 3, unpaid leaves of absence, letters A through E. Number 4, employment, letter A, extracurricular positions for the current school year. Letter B, ESL tutors. Letter C, home instructors. Letter D, substitute teachers. And letter E, volunteers. That completes the items I have for your consideration under Personnel Professional.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to accept.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Mrs. Lane, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Hare?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Neill? Yes. Mrs. Shorter? Yes. Mr. Begley?
Yes.
Mr. Birding?
Yes. Motion passes.
This time, I'd like to ask Mr. Penny to cover the items listed under Personnel Support.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mr. Birding, members of the board, I have the following items for your consideration this evening under personnel support. Under item number 1, resignations, letters A and B. Under item number 2, employment, letters A through D. This concludes the items I have for your consideration this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Penny. At this time, I entertain a motion to accept the recommendations.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Mrs. Lane, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Hare?
Yes.
Mrs. Shorter?
Yes.
Mr. Begley?
Yes.
Mr. Birding?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Neill? Yes.
Motion passes.